Hi guys, what a turbulent night. So the eruption just happened, and as predicted, with less warning than we have seen for the last two eruptions. So the earthquake swarm started around 5:20 a.m. Icelandic time. It wasn't as big as the last one. It was visible around 70 earthquakes at 1.9, and then only 40 minutes later, the eruption started. 40 minutes. And the geologists have said that because the tunnels are already there. So there is way for the magma to escape once the magma chamber has reached the limit. So the lava can flow right into these tunnels like a train. So of course it'll meet resistance somewhere where former lava has hardened, but it's way easier, so there'll be less earthquakes because it doesn't have to dig out a new tunnel. So now the eruption is basically in the same area where it has been on December 18th in the Sutnuka crater series near the Hagafell area. It seems it's like spitting very high up, and it has extended very quickly, but I'm not sure that it has the same magnitude as December 18th. It doesn't look like it yet. There's speculations that a second fissure has opened already, but that's not confirmed. So I'll keep you updated about that. So for now, this is about 1 kilometer away, so less than a mile away from Grindavik. It is north of Grindavik, but we know from the December 18th eruption that the land is going downwards towards Grindavik and the sea. So if the lava comes close enough, it goes downhill and then it can run towards Grindavik. But they have been working on the defense walls for Grindavik up to the last minute, and there was enough time, thankfully, to evacuate these absolutely great workers that keep working on these defense walls. These guys deserve a medal, and I think they should be mentioned in the press, and they should really receive extra funds for doing the work that they're doing. In the last eruptions, they're daredevils. They went in there and drove all the machines away from the lava that was moving towards them and would have destroyed them, because they said we need those machines to keep building the defense walls, because these machines, they're huge. You don't replace them so quickly. And let's get to my friend, the Blue Lagoon. Of course, it has still been open, and the hotel has been open. So they had to do again what they're always doing. It had to be evacuated again. And this time, as I said, we saw the earthquakes, and until the eruption, only 40 minutes time to evacuate. So this was nighttime. So people were not in the pool, I assume, at like 5:20 a.m., which is good, because had there been an eruption underneath the Blue Lagoon, I don't even want to talk about that. So all activity areas of the Blue Lagoon have been evacuated during the night and in the morning because of the earthquakes that were happening along the Sutnukas crater series, and then of course the eruption. And so one announcement that the Blue Lagoon has made, it says the evacuation went well, and the guests have already arrived at other hotels, and they are on their way to other hotels. So to the Keflavik airports, it's only a 25-minute drive, and then a little bit further into Reykjavik. So yeah, there's also the Northern Lights Inn, which I assume this is next to the Blue Lagoon, that this has also been evacuated. So they're saying, it just reads weird, all Blue Lagoon establishments in Swartsengi will be closed today. Yeah, I think I would say until further notice. That's what I would say. But we already know they're so careful. They don't want to lose one day where they could open. So this is the 6th eruption on the Reykjanes Peninsula just in 3 years, so to speak. And super quickly. And Benedict of Feixon, he's a geophysicist at the Icelandic Meteorological Office, and says that is exactly what they expected, and the Met Office has also warned that this might happen, that the eruption might happen without or very, very little warning. So they have really stressed that in their last risk assessment, and they were right with their risk assessment map when they really chose the area north of Grindavik in the Sutnuka crater series, basically where we have seen the December 18th eruption. What the risk is now, there is now a risk still for Grindavik because it's only 1 kilometer away from town, and now the risk is the lava flow on the others on the one side, but Benedict of Feixon says there's also a risk that new volcanic fissures could open up, as there is more magma flowing in the tunnel right now than it is coming up. So that's the thing, you really get that in your head, guys. More magma is flowing than is coming up. So where is it flowing? So it's flowing somewhere until it hits a roadblock, and then it might come up. And the problem is, from the current eruption site, is it flowing south? Then it's flowing towards Grindavik. Is it flowing north? That's the better solution, but still lava flow might then after a few days cross Grindavíkurvegur, basically in that area where the Blue Lagoon and the power plant is. So that is something. Grindavik's not out of the woods yet, and we really have to determine how much more damage has been caused by this earthquake swarm. It hasn't been as large as the last one, but I bet you we will see existing fissures widening, deepening, maybe new ones opening. So this is we have to see what's happening. They're estimating that 9 million cubic meters of magma could be underneath Swartsengi. So they're estimating that before the last eruption, we saw that, not the last, but the one before that we saw in December, there might have been something between 9 and 13 million cubic meters in that chamber. So what is happening, right? So new news are just coming in. So we're hearing from Kristen Johns-Dottir. She works for the Icelandic Met Office. She's a geophysicist there. And she says, she confirms that the eruption is on the fissure that is in the same area as the December eruption. So this is to the north of Grindavik, and the crack is stretching. And the crack is now, she says that it's stretching both to the north and to the south. South is bad for Grindavik, and we remember in December it was also stretching in both directions. And now what is critical, how long will this eruption last? Because the longer it lasts, the more power is in it, the longer it stretches. So it can stretch towards Grindavik because now we have a way more larger amount of fissures. And don't forget the two sickle valleys, the two land subsides that have formed, one on November 10th and one on January 14th. So that's low-lying area where magma could find its way into town and under town. So it's not out of the woods yet. And so the precise location is at Sutnuk and east of Silingerfell, but further from Grindavik than the last one, definitely, and maybe even than December 18th. So yeah, guys, that's my second update about the situation. And of course, the updates will keep coming. And I'll also release another video that gives you an insight of what the residents and the businesses were feeling just a few hours before the eruption, and the problems that they have, and how angry they were at the authorities about how ridiculous it was, how it was arranged for them to come into town, because they said time is running out for us to get our belongings, and they were right. So they said we should have been given more access, and there was a tourist bus on the same road where 200 cars were waiting to get into the town, and of course they're angry. So check out this video. It's going to come out in a few hours, I think, because I'm busy with that eruption right now. So guys, wherever you are, stay safe. If you're in Iceland, stay safe. Please stay away from it. Don't walk there. It's not a tourist eruption. So I'll keep you updated. See you very, very soon, guys. Bye-bye.